All right, today we are cracking the code on the civil service exam. We're going to break down what it is, how you can prepare, and, what happens after you finally put that pencil down. So let's get right into it.
Are you looking for a career that's more than just a paycheck? Something with real job security, great benefits, and, this is the big one, the chance to actually make an impact? Well, you are in exactly the right place. This exam is the starting line for so many people on that exact journey.
The whole journey really starts with just understanding the system. I know. From the outside, it can seem super complicated, but once you have the map, the path becomes so much clearer. So let's get you that map.
So what is this thing really? Because it's not just another test. It's a whole system, and it's designed around a very specific and, frankly, incredibly important principle.
At its absolute heart, the civil service system is all about one thing: fairness. It's built to hire people based on what they can do, not who they know. This completely levels the playing field, and it makes sure that every single applicant gets an equal shot to prove what they've got.
So the exam basically opens two main doors. First, you've got your open competitive exams. These are for anyone, you, me, your neighbor, anyone looking to get into public service for the first time. Then you've got promotional exams, which are for current government employees who want to climb that career ladder. So whether you're just starting out or you're aiming for that next step, there's a clear path for you.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the preparation phase. And honestly, if you're going to really focus on one part of this whole process, this is it. Nailing your prep work now sets you up for everything that follows.
So your first step, even before you think about studying, is to know who's giving the test, because the rules can be wildly different. If you're looking at federal jobs, you're going to be on usajobs.gov. State jobs, they have their own commissions, and your local town or county, they'll have their own system, and often with really strict residency rules. Pinpointing the right authority for the job you want is your absolute first move.
The application itself is really just a test of your organization. First, you've got to track down that official exam announcement, and please read every single word of it. Then, double and triple check that you meet all the eligibility requirements. Fill out the application with extreme care, no typos. And finally, and this is the big one, get those deadlines into your calendar immediately. Missing a deadline is an instant disqualification. No second chances.
So what are they actually gonna test you on? Well, it's surprisingly practical. This isn't about some obscure trivia. The exam focuses on core skills you'd actually use on the job. We're talking reading comprehension, basic math, clear writing, and even some clerical stuff like alphabetizing or checking data for accuracy. It's all designed to measure your real-world aptitude.
Okay, how long should you study? Give yourself 4 to 12 weeks. That's really the sweet spot. You don't have to be a genius, you just need a smart plan. And here's a pro tip. Start by taking a practice test. Think of it like a diagnostic. It'll show you exactly where you're weak so you can focus your energy where it actually counts instead of wasting time.
All right, you've done the prep work. It is time for the main event. And seriously, just knowing what to expect on test day can be a total game changer for your nerves and ultimately for your score.
Get ready for a marathon, not a sprint. Most of these exams run between 2 and 4 hours. So it's not just a test of your knowledge, it's a test of your endurance and your time management. Pacing yourself is absolutely crucial. You have to practice under timed conditions.
When it comes to test day, you have to follow the instructions to the letter. You'll need your valid photo ID and your admission notice. But what you must leave at home are things like your phone, your smartwatch, any unapproved calculators. I am not kidding. Bringing in a forbidden device, even by accident, can get you disqualified right on the spot. Don't let a simple mistake derail all your hard work.
The exam isn't just about facts and figures. It's also about your judgment. You're definitely going to see questions like this one. They're called situational judgment questions. They'll give you a scenario. For example, an angry citizen is complaining about a policy you have zero control over. What do you do? See, there's no single right answer to memorize. What they're testing is your approach. Can you listen with empathy? Can you de-escalate the situation professionally? Can you direct them to someone who can help? That's what they're looking for.
So, you've taken the test. You can take a deep breath. But now what? Let's break down how that number, that score, actually turns into a career opportunity.
In most places, a 70 is what you need to pass. But here's the reality check. Just passing isn't the goal. Not at all. You need to score as high as you possibly can. And why? Because your final rank on the results list is what really matters for getting that job offer.
After the scores are all tallied up, the agency creates what's called an eligibility list. The easiest way to think of it is as the official waiting list for that job, and it's ranked purely by score, from highest to lowest.
This list usually stays active for 1 to 4 years. And as you can probably guess, the higher your score, the closer you are to the front of that line.
And this is where that high score becomes so critical. Many agencies use something called the rule of 3. Here's how it works. When a job opens up, they are required by law to interview the top 3 available people from that list. Not the top 10, the top 3. Now think about that for a second. If you score a 96, but 3 other people score a 97, they get the call, and you have to wait. That's why every single point you can earn is a battle worth fighting. It can literally be the difference between getting the interview now or not getting it at all.
So after all that, the studying, the careful application, the stress of test day, you have to ask, is it worth it? Well, the answer is a resounding yes, because the payoff is a career with benefits that are just incredibly hard to match anywhere else.
I mean, we're talking about real job security. We're talking excellent health insurance, solid retirement plans, and generous paid leave. And on top of all of that, you get the chance to make a real tangible difference right in your own community. So look, the exam isn't just some hurdle you have to clear. It's the starting block. It is the proven, fair, and accessible entry point for what can be a truly rewarding, lifelong journey in public service. We've given you the map, from finding the announcement all the way to understanding your score. The journey starts now. So the real question is, what kind of impact are you going to make?